Okay, delivery number 2. Do you see this page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the delivery number 2. What you need to do is you prepare damage report, detail sketch, global and local view, and then you write a memo or email to OEM. So for the view, you have to develop, this is a global view. Global view mean that you have the picture of the whole aircraft, and then you have an arrow to the location of the repair, and just briefly explain what is the damage. And then you also need to at least show the frame, so the location where is the damage shall be determined, shall be located by identifying from which frame to which frame, or from which body station to body station. And also you highlight stringer to what stringer, and if you do on the wing, you have to highlight on the wing ribs, from what wing ribs to what wing ribs. Just a note indicating the location of the repair if you have damaged the wing. And then the detail will be right to the defect. You have to show the dimension. What are the length, the width, okay, the length. This is L4, L5, which is the whole L2. So the length is L2, and then the width is L6. But if you have crack or something inside the dent, then you have to also put the dimension to it. For example, in this situation, the length of the crack is L2. Then you have to find the nearest location of the body station or wing ribs, and then you put the dimension, how many inches, okay? How many inches of the crack to the nearest station. For example, this is to the nearest fuselage frame. For our situation, I think it is body station. So you have to measure, determine how far from the nearest station. And also, like the global view, you need to identify the body station or frame station, and then the stringer, the nearest stringer on the top, or nearest stringer on the right, or nearest stringer on the left or on the right. So why we do this? Because we want to clearly tell the people who read this report where exactly is the damage. And this is very important if you send the report to OEM, because OEM will need to have detail of the location on the defects, because some of the area and the fuselage are not repairable and no repair are allowed to be done. So by having this information, they will make a judgment whether that area is repairable or not. Bear in mind, there are cases where there are not enough information received by OEM, and OEM has given a wrong repair, and then the aircraft went into accident. So this is very important, where you need to give as much detail, clear information on the repair, particularly on the dimension and the location. Okay, after you have that two sketch, then you write this example here. You can redo this or similar to this, but what most important, if you redo, please don't lose these 5 components. First component is aircraft data, what aircraft that has been damaged, aircraft serial number, aircraft operator, aircraft tail number. So as many information, as much information as you can give on the aircraft cycle, aircraft hours. So those are the things that you need to give in the aircraft data. Component data, what part has been damaged, skin, frame. You have to list them here in the component data. And inspection data, what kind of inspection has been done on the aircraft structure, and you have to also record and take a note here. Detail the damage, so you have to explain the damage detail briefly here in words, and finally refer to the attached global and local view. And then the last paragraph will be what is your expectation, what is your requirement from the OEM. Maybe you wanted to have them to review and recommend for the potential repair. But if you are approved by authority to design the repair, you may also add on top of global view and local view is also the sketch of the design for the repair. And then for that situation, you will ask for the OEM to review and approve that design. If you do not have that design, you will ask the OEM to recommend the design for the repair. After you have done that, you write a memo to OEM. This is the example. And the memo should have all those components. First one is writing to who, introduce yourself. When you introduce yourself, it's not personal, you, me, and I. It is you representing the company. It's not you as person. I'm LAE, no. I'm a aircraft engineer working for the airline. So it's not you. You have to remember, you have to associate yourself with the airline that you are working on, or the operator of the aircraft. If the aircraft is owned by a private person, it's the person's name as the owner. Then you have to explain all the information from the report in this text here briefly: aircraft data, structure component data, inspection data, detail damage, and your requirement again, and then your closing normally with thanks or with some requirement to have the response as soon as possible. That could be the closing.